Alright, what's up, boys and girls? Got episode 10 here today. A little mini milestone. Actually made it to 10 episodes. Especially when I think back to that first one and just how terrible the fucking quality is, the audio quality, and you know, it's cool. It's cool, man, to get to this far. So, a couple of quick shout outs as usual. Number one, huge shout out to, and he didn't leave his YouTube username, so I don't know who he is, unfortunately. So we're just going to call him BW for now. No, not PW. It's not fucking PW Dubs. It's BW. If he wants to leave a comment so I know who he is, you know, I appreciate the support, man, for real. JG, the homie from Dark Dave Mears Discords, Restreams. He's always in there. He's always putting in that work, so to speak. And me and JG, you know, we're cool. He's always in there post-stream, and this guy's always got fucking questions, man. He's always asking questions. He's always digging, so appreciate the support, man. Black Ark. He's got a different name here on YouTube, but, you know, I'm going to keep it with Black Ark because that's what he sent me, and I appreciate the support, man. Good looking out for me. And to Platty as well. He said a little something, too. So, Platty, I always see you in the comments, man. Big ups. Sasha again for the thumbnail. I like this one. It's fucking hilarious. It made me crack up when I saw it. So those are the shout outs. Real quick again, thank you. Y'all really are paying my gas money for the month, so I can't do anything other than be grateful for that. You know, it just saves some money in my pocket. So thank you again, and anybody who sends anything next week, I'll give you a huge shout out again. So thank you. Again, we're going to do something special in this episode today. Since it's the 10th episode, we're going to analyze I take that back. We're going to analyze one Paypig and one I'm really not sure about. It's going to be one of those situations where I got to kind of step carefully and, you know, mind my P's and Q's, and you'll know why when we get to it. But the special part. I wanted to cover Pastryarchy and Jaxx Raxor again, but not the way I covered them last time. This is different, especially in honor of Dave's begathon that he's got coming up this Saturday. Just him asking for so much money again. I thought, you know what? I put out the videos about how much he relied on 8 whales and how much he had made in his 36 days on YouTube. So I thought, I'm going to go back and I'm going to tally up Jaxx Raxor, and I call him that for a reason, and Pastryarchy's contributions from January 1st up until July 1st, a 6-month span. And I didn't even get every single, I'm sure I missed some. So the numbers are going to be higher as usual. It's not going to be lower. And the numbers are going to blow your fucking mind. So that's what we're going to get into first. I went back and forth on how to even talk about this or say this or what story I was going to tell with it. But those are the two guys. The second one, this is a sad story. This is sad, and you'll see why when we get into it. Again, I hold no ill will towards you, man. I just don't even know what to say about this guy. And it's somebody by the name of JBowler. And again, it's just sad. And then the third one, we're going to cover, I believe I did Vote Democrat in episode 8, I want to say. We're going to cover Vote Democrat's twin brother, That Rich Democrat. And both of these guys were around when I was there. I remember both of these names. I didn't even fucking realize they were the same person until I started doing this research for episode 10. They're the same fucking person. And Phil didn't even know they were the same fucking person. And you're going to get a kick out of that. But I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I need to say here before we get into it. Pastryarchy and Jaxx, man. This is going to blow y'all's fucking mind. Let's go. Alright, so part 1. And I thought about, like I said in the intro, I thought about how to say this and how to do this. Because I want it to really hit home with some of these people. But so the best way I thought to come up with it was, so I have AT&T cable, right? Not a actual box, but the digital service, you know, like a lot of people do. They cut the cord. And I've had AT&T cable for 6 months now. From January 1st, well, we'll call it January 1st, until I just cut it off at the end of June. And I have it for the sports package, right? I'm a sports guy. I want to watch all my games. And now that basketball and hockey are coming to an end, I'm canceling it. And the cost for this service is $85 a month. And that's kind of high. I mean, some people, especially to those who don't watch cable at all, that's fucking high. And so $85 a month times 6 months is $510. So for the first half of the year, I paid $510 for my cable service alone. Some people will be like, that's average. Others high. Others maybe are, that's low for some people. But it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money. But the reason I chose this was because I can watch, or I could watch essentially any movie that I wanted that they had available at any fucking time. I could watch any show I wanted that was on regular cable, network TV. Again, all my games, anytime I wanted, ESPN. This fucking came with League Pass free for the year. And if you don't know, NBA League Pass has all the games. And it's like a $180 promotion. I got it for free all year. It came with free HBO, right? So I had HBO and all the series and movies. I could get HBO on my phone on the app. You know, that's another thing of convenience. I could watch it anywhere on my phone, any show I wanted, blah, 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 right? So it's convenience. $85 a month. That includes fees and taxes. Straight $85. So again, to some people it's a lot. Some people it's not. For me, it was worth it, especially for the NBA League Pass. But the thing about this deal is that I could walk away at any time. There's no commitments. I can cancel at any time. If I have any issues, I can contact customer service. Blah, 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 right? For me, it's an okay deal. The reason I bring it up like this is because we're going to talk about how much. First, we're going to cover Pastryarchy. How much he's given DSP this year. And I thought about including the pictures, but man, it would be like 100 pictures that I had to add to the slideshow, and I just don't want to do that. So I'm going to record my game clips here. So I went through, and again, the number's going to be higher. I didn't even cover the month of January. I got so beaten down by this, I stopped February like 5th or so. And if anybody wants to fact check this, I do have the pictures, so hit me up in Discord if you need the pictures or whatever. I doubt you do, but just if you want to fact check. Pastryarchy, buddy, I want to show you what kind of loser you really are. And I did that already in one of the other episodes, but I want this to hit home, man. So, Pastryarchy was easier than Jaxx, I guess, because I went through Dangin' Grandpa. And Phil started playing Dangin' Grandpa like in March. So I went through every Dangin' Grandpa stream. And then when I ran out of Dangin' Grandpa streams, I had to just go through all Phil streams. COD, Assassin's Creed, Ghost and Goblin. I went through a shit ton of fucking streams to find this number. And so we're talking February, and again, this is just what I found between February, I think 6 to about the end of June, start of July. Pastryarchy, buddy, without even counting January, you've given Phil this year $1,471. The reason I bring up my cable service, that's almost 3 times the amount of cable service that I paid this year. Pastryarchy, you're locked into Phil for a lifetime commitment, buddy. You can't cancel this fucking contract. I'd like to see you disappear for 2 or 3 Dangin' Grandpa streams in a row, and let's see how Phil fucking acts. Let's see those panic tweets. Let's see those beg tweets come out. You remember the financial responsibility on one person? That's you dumbass. You're tied to Phil for fucking life. You can never get out of this. And I'd like to see you call into customer service and complain to him about how shitty his gameplay is. And the worst part about Pastryarchy, we covered this in the first episode I talked about him. He's a drive-by tipper. I went through so many fucking tips of his. Oh, I can't watch Phil. I'm going to have to wait for the fucking archive on YouTube. I can't watch tonight. Here's $50, and then just leaves. He would be able to watch for free on YouTube. He would be able to pick it up anytime he wanted for free on YouTube. He already gets your ad money. I'm sure you click on the fucking ads like he told you to. Ah, Jesus, man. 1,471, and that's, the number's much higher than that. I just got tired of looking. By the way, doesn't include Patreon, and you know he's a fucking patron, he probably bankrolled this entire fucking game even before it started, which is why Phil probably chose this game. There's no telling what's behind the scenes. 3 times the amount of my cable service this year. And again, that was a fucking luxury. That was something that I could pick up at any time. I could watch at any time. I can walk away from. You can't fucking do that, Pastryarchy. But you know what, buddy? There's hope for you, man. There's fucking hope for you. And the only hope is that you're not as bad as the next guy we're about to talk about. Jaxx fucking Raxor. Saving up for that car. Can't afford a new car. Because he's saving. Dude, from what I found, you could have put a down payment and then probably the first month on a car. You dumb son of a bitch. $2,540 from Jaxx Raxor this year alone. 5 times my fucking cable service for the month, for the year. What are you doing, man? And Phil's got the nerve to fucking cry and beg people because of a $30 stream. And he's accepted $2,540 from Jaxx. And again, it's just what I could find. Doesn't include Patreon. Doesn't include any of these other fucking avenues. By the way, this doesn't include anonymous tips these fuckers might be doing. Don't fucking let that go to waste. These people are doing anonymous tips, man. No fucking messages. Phil doesn't have to check who it is. It's not OYC all the time. 2,504. You've got no fucking hope, Jaxx. You were tied to this fucking guy. You're worse than Pastryarchy. You're tied to him for life. You can't even criticize the guy on these shitty ass Street Fighter streams where he's crying about lag and running from, shout out to the homies Jose and Goji Tanks again. He's running from them. You can't even fucking complain. You can't even say, Phil, why don't you act like a fucking man and stay in there and face Jose? Face Goji Tanks. Fuck is wrong with you, man? He's walking around with you on a leash, dude. And this is just the first half of the year. He's racing towards $5,000 for the year. I wonder why you can't afford a car. You dipshit. God, both of you, man. Fucking wake up. Why would you give this guy this? And, you know, I've been tweeting at him recently. And, of course, he didn't block me for some reason. He just muted me. And I tweeted about Jaxx and Pastryarchy. I didn't put the final numbers, but I just tweeted that he was accepting thousands. And then some dumbass. Or are you fucking broke? So what if they want to get... It's not even the fucking point, man. These guys are tied to him. What don't you understand about this? Jaxx, why don't you disappear for a couple of Street Fighter streams? And let's see how this bitch acts. Let's see the fucking tweets come out. Let's see the desperation in his fucking voice. Financial support of responsibility on one person. Oh, and by the way, I saw his beg tweet that he put out the other night. Contributions could be better. Like I said in the fucking tweet, contributions are charity, you dumb fuck. You don't expect charity. You don't expect contributions. Contributions could be better. Fuck all 3 of you, man. Jaxx, you dumbass. Tomorrow's Friday. I hope you got that $100 pony up because you ain't getting that car anytime soon. And Pastryarchy, he's playing Dangin' Grandpa 2 or 3 times a week now. Get that money ready, buddy. Even though you ain't gonna fucking watch. You're the definition of stupid. Dumbasses. Alright, and for part 2, we're gonna move on to JBowler. Again, I'm just not 100% sure. I don't know whether this guy's got some issues, you know, physically, mentally, maybe medically, potentially. That's what stands out more to me. But then I saw other messages where he said he had to get a car for his, or a tire for his car. He, you know, he mentioned family in other messages. He doesn't have any problem cussing at people. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not going to go in on this guy as I usually do because I'm not sure. But this is more just to show how Phil has an effect on these people and, you know, how they look up to him, etc. All right, so we got 500 bitch here. It says, Phil, these bits are for you and this special stream tonight. Phil is life. And he always signs it with the B, maybe for Bowler. Maybe he's doing a little smiley face, something. I'm not sure, but Phil is life. Maybe the guy's 21, maybe he's older, I don't know, but Phil is not life, buddy. Phil is what you should strive not to be in life. But that's how we start with him. Next one's a clip. Let's go.
Hold on a second. We got some shout outs. JBowler cheered. And he says, hope Friday's going good for you. The red armor guys are little bitches. Red armor. It's not armor, it's armor. A-R-R-E-M-E-R. Armor. That's how it's spelled. Bagel Boy to me, $1.30 says, do I watch Amaranth? No, I don't watch anyone on fucking Twitch at all. I especially wouldn't be watching that kind of a content creator, that's for sure. From what I've heard, anyway. Major Riot Cheer said, kissed by Chef Boyardee, Phil nourishes the meaty sauce. Ruby Atomic Cheer said, you did good, Phil, keep going. Timbo Slice Cheer said, what's your favorite Kane moment? Mine's when he first became Kane. It was his story with Taker. I feel they removed his mask and took away some of the character for me. I don't know. I have to go back and think about all the wrestling history, which I really don't want to do right now. I'm not in that mindset when I'm playing this game. I don't know what to do here. So now I know.
All right, so there's so much in that little clip. Good God. So JBowler cheers and says something and calls the characters little bitches or whatever. And Phil just has to correct him. He can't just let him have it. He has to fucking correct him. Then the next person cheers and says, Phil, do you watch Amaranth? And then Phil shits on Amaranth and says he wouldn't be caught watching that content, especially what she does. And motherfucker, she wouldn't be caught dead watching you and what you do. Piece of shit. But when you jacked off on stream, you think she wants to see that? You're on the same level, if not worse than her, Phil. At least she's honest about what she does, man. Jesus. I would rather watch, I mean, obviously I'm a guy. I'd rather watch her over you any day of the fucking week, but at least she's honest about it. She doesn't try to, well, maybe she does lie, but nobody lies worse than you, Phil, or better than you, I should say. Piece of shit. And then, oh my God, Major Riot. He didn't seem to care about your Chef Boyardee meme there. He just blew right past it, Major Riot. But come back and give him some money, you piece of shit. And then one of his fucking own mods, Timbo cheers, ask him a question about Kane and Undertaker, a wrestling question. He gets detailed about it. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that right now. And then just, this is how this guy is. These people are giving you money, man. And what do you even say? I wanted to start lighthearted with JBowler there, but Amaranth, Major Riot, Timbo, he doesn't give a fuck about, just ridiculousness. But let's see. Next one is a picture. Let's see what we got here. Alright, 500 bitch here. This is at Darkside Phil. I told you I'd be here tonight supporting you on this game, man. Notice me and have some bits. And then he does some emotes there. Notice me and have some bits. I mean, it's self-explanatory. This guy's another #1 fan. Here we go. Notice me and have some bits. Phil, just fucking notice him, dude. It's not gonna... And you know what? I'm being unfair to Phil. Because it seems like he genuinely either cares or tries to at least pretend like he cares about JBowler. Kind of the way he does with Derek. Not to that extent, but... You know, I can't be unfair to Phil on that aspect. He, at least, he's always nice to him. There's one picture and clip that did piss me off. But we'll get to that in a minute. But, yeah, just notice me. Just notice him, Phil. Just notice him. Next picture. 100 bitch here. Phil, you've been a good friend to me so far and won't be forgotten. Happy 4th to you and Cap, man. You know, very nice message from JBowler. Unfortunately, buddy, Phil's not your friend. I've talked about this so many times. And there's an even more depressing message later on that's, oh my God. He thinks Phil is his friend, and I'm not going to try to crush his dreams or nothing like that. I mean, you know. Phil, I hope you really are his friend, and I hope you do email this guy behind the scenes because, you know, he cares about you, man, and, you know, on a different level than what Jaxx and Pastryarchy and all these other guys. He cares about you, and I hope you really are nice to this guy. Next one's a clip. Let's go.
Kieran, since the party for Jack? Okay, I think that's the place up
so
ahead.
So Kieran disappeared too? Who the hell's Kieran? JBowler did 100-bit cheer. He says, I haven't been able to cheer recently, but you know, he'll when he can. Thank you very much, JBowler, for the support. I appreciate it.
Alright, and here's the one that kind of pissed me off, man. So go back and watch Phil's reaction there if you need to. He barely, I don't even know how he read the message. He barely glanced over at the screen. JBowler cheers 100 bits and gives him a heartfelt message of, Phil, I know it's been a while since I cheered last, but I got a doctor's appointment this month. We'll show support when I can. And, you know, this messages like this, it kind of hurt me when I was reading this, and I debated on whether even including him, but it's not even about JBowler, man. It's just about Phil. You know, this is why I said maybe he's got some medical condition or something. Hopefully it's just a regular doctor's appointment. This guy doesn't have a lot of money. You'll notice that in some of the other cheers. And, you know, maybe Phil doesn't want to put his personal information out there, and I can understand that, but go back and watch the clip if you need to. He barely glanced at the fucking screen, and all he saw from that fucking cheer was, I'll show support when I can. You know, I haven't cheered for a while, show support when I can. And that legitimately pissed me off, man. But, you know, again, I'm trying to be neutral and as positive as I can be to JBowler, but this one fucking pissed me off. Next picture. 200 bitch here. Phil, fuck the haters and shoot people in slow-mo bullet time. You'll feel better. And Phil was crying about money. What a fucking surprise there. And JBowler's idea or suggestion is to shoot in slow-mo at the people he's whatever going up against in the game. And also fuck the haters, by the way. So I guess you're talking to me there, JBowler. But no, JBowler, that's not gonna fucking make Phil better. If you included $5,000 with this cheer, maybe he would have somehow gotten out of that depression all of a sudden and felt better. But hey, you don't give a shit about any suggestions you got for him, buddy. He cares about money and money only. Next one's a clip. Let's go.
Okay. Mature adult cheered says, "Morning, Phil. I'm chucking a. Wow, I'm not saying that. Basically saying he's taking a shit. Well, thank you very much. Don't say racist stuff on my stream or I'll ban your ass." JBowler did a 100-bit cheer. He said, "I know nothing I can say or do will help with your situation, but I'm still your friend on the net. And I wish you the best in the difficult times ahead. Hope you pull through." I hope so too. At this point, I have pulled through. I'm hoping we can pull through again. If I don't pay this guy for the taxes this month, I can't get my taxes done. Now, what do? I don't know. It seems like do or die, you know? So, I guess we'll see what happens. That's why I need...
Alright, here we go with the lies and the narrative and all this bullshit. And by the way, mature adult, don't cheer racist shit or I'll ban your ass. Kind of like when, remember I had Lifestyle for Soul in the series and he cheered racist shit and Phil didn't ban him. Positive influence on the stream, man. But yeah, JBowler cheers and Phil starts his narrative. And this wasn't the cheer that prompted it, but I wanted to include this one. So I think this might have been later or a different day, whatever. I just added it. 100-bit cheer. Phil, just letting you know this is probably the only time I can cheer this month as funds are tight. And it's $1, $1, 100 pennies, 100-bit cheer. Now this is what it means for funds are tight and you might not make it through the month. This is what it fucking means. Not Phil and his imaginary taxman story that he doesn't have money for anything else because he has to do a marathon to pay his fucking tax guy. That was like in February, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Just lying, getting people like JBowler and Derek and Sidella and what's the other guy's name? King Michael. Getting these people to believe what you're saying, man. And then people like Pastryarchy and Jaxx who clearly don't know any better. They're the ones that actually have some money in their account that just throw it all at you because of what you lie about and how you act and what you say. And look at this, man. Only time I can cheer this month as funds are tight. $1. And does Phil say, man, don't give me that dollar. Don't, you know, keep it for yourself. Just when you have extra money, maybe if you want to send me $1, then cool. No, what does Phil do? Oh, thanks for the support, JBowler. I really need it from my tax attorney. You're a piece of shit, Phil, man. You're a fucking piece of shit. Next one's a clip. Let's go.
So JBowler did 100-bit cheer, said, "I hope things get better for you. I have to say it hurts seeing this happen to you. I've always considered you a friend on the net that hangs out, and I have someone to listen to in person since you're on cam every day. Please monitor tips and don't let assholes win." Thank you, JBowler, for the cheer. I appreciate that. He's talking about...
Might be my last meal as a free man for...
Sadly, I'm not getting PS5 at launch anymore, but I'm not going to go into detail about that on this stream. We've already done it to death, so...
Yo,
okay.
hit me with one more!
Alright, and a little bit of lag on the video, but this is the one that pissed me off, not the other one. So you heard the cheer, 100-bit cheer. Phil, I hope things get better for you, and I just have to say it hurts seeing this happen to you, as I've always considered you as a friend on the net that hangs out, and I have someone to listen to in person since you're on cam every day. Please monitor those tips and don't let these, and then, you know, it just cuts off. But when I was doing research, I had to stop on this one because it kind of, you know, it bothered me, and it's bothering me right now reading it. But a friend on the net that hangs out, and I have someone to listen to in person since you're on cam every day. You know, that's one of the saddest things that I've read coming and doing all these videos and stuff. And so you would think that he's talking about some catastrophe or some emergency. And what's the emergency? Phil cried so much about not getting his PS5 on launch day and how it was going to ruin his business. You remember all that shit? Do you remember when that happened? And he spoke to the employees at Amazon or whoever and cried and probably wrote them a 10,000-page email about how it was going to ruin his business. Do you remember that? That's what feigning distress is. That's what crying wolf is. How did that ruin your business, by the way, Phil? How did that work out for you? And he gets these people to believe this. People who don't have any friends in life. People that maybe can't do stuff. The normal stuff that we take for granted. They can't do this stuff, you know. And they look up to people like Phil who just lies to them. And makes them believe that he didn't get his PS5 on launch day. So it's the end of the fucking world. And he's just struggling now. And of course, back to the fucking narrative, man. Again, I hate you, Phil. I hate you. And I don't give a fuck if I get banned off of here and my channel deleted. I fucking hate you. Next one's a clip. Alright, and I got kind of worked up there and I forgot that was the last one for JBowler. But, so I had to do a quick edit here. We're going to move on to Vote Democrat's twin brother, That Rich Democrat. And again, I'm glad I ordered it like this for a reason, because I knew I was going to get upset talking about JBowler. I don't get upset at all about talking about this dumbass right here. You were a dumbass, Vote Democrat, That Rich Democrat, whatever you want to be called. And do you know how much of a dumbass you are? Well, let's play the clip right now, and you're going to hear... This is 2 weeks apart. So Vote Democrat was there. He was in there every day. I was able to make a full video on this guy. And 2 weeks later, he changes his name. It still has the word Democrat in it. And 2 weeks go by, and listen to Phil's response here. Let's go.
It is the double plunge. Very nice. Vote Democrat did 111-bit cheers. Says, Phil, I changed my name. Have a good stream, buddy. Well, thank you, Vote Democrat. However, I don't know who you used to be. Haha, I don't know who you used to be at all. So, thank you for the cheer, but it would be nice if I knew who you were. Because you guys change your names all the time, and then I don't recognize you because you don't tell me who you used to be.
Alright, and I mixed that up. So he was That Rich Democrat first, then he changed his name to Vote Democrat. But the point still stands. I'm able to make an entire video on That Rich Democrat. So, Vote Democrat changes his name. He must have disappeared for 2 weeks because he doesn't show up in Pig Go. I'm not sure what happened. Comes back. He tells Phil that he changed his name to Vote Democrat. And Phil ain't got no fucking clue who he is. And this guy was in there every day cheering all the time. Getting into cheer wars. And just ridiculous shit, man. So, the 100-bit cheer that he cheered afterwards is it too personal to ask your political party? If so, I understand. Just curious. Gee, That Rich Democrat. I wonder why you want to know his political party. You dumb fuck. I'm surprised he didn't ban your ass. Don't bring up politics in my stream, you little bitch. Next picture. Oh my god. 100-bit cheer. Hey Phil. Just got back home with 4 cheese mac and cheese with honey pepper chicken tenders and some cheeseburger egg rolls from Applebee's. I highly suggest these items. Cheer is sponsored by Applebee's. No, the cheer is sponsored by the congestive heart failure and the diabetes you're probably dealing with right now, buddy. That's who the cheer is sponsored by. This guy's I can guarantee this guy's a pig. He's a fucking pig. I don't know. He doesn't fit the Democrat stereotype. You can tell this guy's a fucking pig. Whatever. Next one's a clip. Let's go.
That is going to wrap it up. Oh, wait. That rich Democrat shooter says, I disagree, only toxic people get big. PewDiePie isn't toxic, and he started from nothing and is now king. That rich Democrat, you are way behind. That's all I'm going to say. PewDiePie is old news on YouTube. Like, yeah, he's huge because he has a legacy, but he's not the hot new thing on YouTube. You know what I mean? The hot new thing on YouTube are basically toxic people. PewDiePie every once in a while does something stupid, but overall he is not a toxic guy. I can say that for sure. I am kind of pissed that because of the way that he acted on YouTube for years, that basically gaming YouTubers got a bad rep, and basically the biggest gaming YouTubers all became copycats of him. And that does piss me off because at one point gaming YouTube was very different than it is now. But I'm certainly not going to sit here and harp on that. It is what it is. But he is nowhere near as bad. Basically, some of the ridiculous, nasty people who are on YouTube right now just doing stupidity shit and making ridiculous bank off of it. So,
yes, Phil. PewDiePie's not the hot new shit on YouTube. You're currently the hot new shit on YouTube, buddy. The mental gymnastics this fucking guy does when he shit talks other people and kicks other people, especially if they're above him, because that's what he likes. He don't want to. He's already at the bottom. He can't fucking go any lower. He's down there in the sewer with fucking alligators and shit. By the way, if you've never seen a YouTube clip of fucking alligators, like in Florida, of course Florida, down there in the sewers, and it's ridiculous. Do yourself a favor and look up one of those. There's some ridiculous shit, man. But shout out to any Florida viewers, by the way, down there. Get the fuck off my video right now. But yeah, PewDiePie's not the hot shit. And that rich Democrat's shtick is to always bring up PewDiePie. Remember that subscribe to PewDiePie era that we were in? That was his, like, CM Fool's always talking about the quiet man. This dude is always talking about PewDiePie. So I can understand DSP not wanting to hear that shit, but it's just a reminder to DSP of what he potentially could have been and what he turned into, and then where he's at now. Here's another begathon coming up Saturday. I wonder what kind of begathon PewDiePie is holding this Saturday. Maybe it's an actual charity. Contributions could be better. Remember that too? Maybe contributions could be better for PewDiePie. I don't know. He's not the hot new shit anymore. So, fuck you, Phil. Next one's a clip. Let's go.
Happens. All right. So, just to forewarn everybody, it's coming. That rich Democrat did 111-bit cheer. Says good to, I don't know, it edited his word. I don't know what it says. Good to blank again, Phil. Also something you have to factor in, Trump's new tax laws that hurt small businesses. Well, here's the thing. Some of his tax laws did, some didn't. For me, it actually isn't hurting me because one of the things that is like you can't write off your state taxes anymore. But I don't have state taxes because I live in Washington. Washington has business and occupation tax, but not state income tax. So I wouldn't have written that off anyway. At least from what I'm to understand, all right, from my tax attorney, the new tax laws actually did benefit me, only in a small way, but they did benefit me overall. So technically, the tax law changes are, I'm going to pay a little bit less this year than what I would have owed if the laws hadn't gone into effect. Long term, will it remain that way? I have no idea. But at least short term, that's kind of how it was explained to me. So, basically, it didn't really affect me at all. You know, it wasn't like a huge impact at all, a positive or negative impact. So, I think I lucked out. But I know for a fact you're correct that many small businesses that used to do tons of little write-offs here and there are now going to be negatively affected and not basically be doing as well.
And what a surprise. The tax rules, the tax changes didn't fucking affect you. Now this shocks me. Maybe it's because you don't pay your fucking taxes, you piece of shit. Or you cheat on your fucking taxes, which I know you do. Ket's office. Get the fuck out of my face with this garbage. Just a dumb cheer, and there he goes spinning his little narrative that gets people to believe him. And, oh yeah. So I saw this, and I disagree with giving him $7. I hope and pray that this was a chargeback. But Taxman tipped him $7. Hi, Phil. I have a proposal for you. If you were willing to sleep with my wife while wearing socks and sandals, I will overlook your tax debt. The only catch is you have to shout neener, neener, neener the whole time. Alright. Again, I hope this was a chargeback, because that's a waste of $7. You could have done this with 100 pennies, 100 bitch-ear. You know, hopefully it was a chargeback, but that fucking made me crack up. And maybe that is how he's getting out of these tax debts and getting out of these sticky situations. Phil, sleeping with people's wives, wearing socks and sandals, but he has to say neener, neener, neener the whole time. Some of you fucking trolls, man. Some of you fucking trolls. Next one's a clip. Let's go.
The Watchtower basement key is for... That rich Democrat? No, we're not doing that. You are the top cheerer of the day, and your name is going to go up there. I'm not going to turn this into a circus. So, no, we're not doing that. That's not how it works. Okay. Oh, there's no D. What happened? And I'll just say this right now up front, rich Democrat. Please stop trying to derail the stream. You're doing it intentionally, and I'm not going to put up with it.
Alright, and I love this one. That rich Democrat cheers 301 bits and says, please put Wings of Redemption as the top cheer instead of me. And Phil says, no, I'm not going to turn this into a fucking circus, that rich Democrat. Yes, Phil. Putting Wings of Redemption on the leaderboard is going to turn your stream into a circus. Again, not the toilet paper on the head. Not you spinning in your chair and blowing bubbles. Again, I want my fucking Skittles. We want our Skittles. We're going to get our Skittles. We're going to fucking get them no matter what. I promise you that. But all this other dumb shit, dressing up like Steven Seagal, and begathons and all this shit doesn't turn it into a circus. Putting Wings on the leaderboard turns it into a circus. Kiss my ass. Kiss my fucking ass. Next picture. 291 bitch here. At Darkside Phil. Wow, your trolls are dedicated, I'll say that. 7 people whispered me saying you voted for Trump and stopped cheering, laughing my ass off. Now, whether this guy's telling the truth or not, I don't fucking know. People, I do miss that about Twitch, is hearing these guys saying, oh, people are just messaging me, turn off your messages, and blah, blah, blah. And 7 people whispered saying, no wonder he wanted to know his political party. He voted for fucking Trump. I knew it, Phil. I knew you were a Republican, buddy. And to stop cheering. Well, they were fucking right, that rich Democrat, you dumbass. How come you ain't cheering no more? Fucking idiot. And by the way, shout out to Dominic again, because he pointed out to me that he saw somebody, I can't remember who it was he saw in the streams. And then the next day I saw Vote Democrat after I made that video about him. These fucking guys are coming out of the woodworks like the cockroaches they are, man. So just keep an eye out for these fucking guys reappearing. Fucking losers. Next one's a clip. Let's go.
That rich Democrat just asked me, would I never play video games again for $10 million? I mean, I'll be honest with you, that would be a very hard decision because I love video games. If I can't play video games at all ever in my whole life, I would always have to find other constant distractions. I'm sure I could do it, but I like video games. My hobby, it's my thing, you know. You know, it would be a decision where it's like, man, it would mean security for Kat and I, you know, for the rest of our lives. And I'd be able to help my parents out. Like, I'd be able to do a lot of stuff, you know, with that amount of money. It would be a tough decision. It would.
All right, $10 million or you can't play video games ever again. I like video games, so that kind of would be a tough decision. But what do you think this fucking guy would take? He has to sit there and lie. Like he wouldn't take the $10 million. By the way, he didn't say mobile games, so he can fucking take that offer all day. He would play about 9,999,099 cents worth of mobile games. And the 1 penny goes to everything else. And then he's bankrupt again. Now this shocks me. Him and Kat would be taken care of. He could take care of his parents and help his parents. You should be helping your fucking parents already, you piece of shit. I'm almost the same age as you, Phil. My parents are probably the same age as yours. I'm gonna have to take care of them, and I know this, and I've accepted this. You moved to the other side of the country. What are you gonna do when your parents can't take care of themselves anymore, buddy? And yeah, this does piss me off. They fucking take care of you. You're supposed to return the favor. No matter what, man. That's what family does. Your friends, your family, you abandoned everybody. Became the piece of shit that you are. And look who your friends are. That rich Democrat. You're supposed to take care of your parents and help them. Fuck out of here. $10 million. Oh, that's a tough decision. That's a tough decision. I don't know. I love video games. I'm sure you do. You sack of shit. Next picture. And here we go. These are the last two on That Rich Democrat. And then I got a little special present for y'all at the end. But he cheers 100 bits. My girlfriend just called. That's a lie. He doesn't have a girlfriend. My girlfriend just called my mom and told her she thinks I'm cheating on her. And my mom took my PC rig. How fucking old are you? You little rich fuck. Your mom takes your PC rig. I'm currently cheering from my mobile device. What are your thoughts? And DSP shits on the guy. Don't fucking joke like that, rich Democrat. We don't share personal information here. I know you're joking, but don't say shit like that. We don't want to know that. That crosses the line. I'll ban your ass. A couple of minutes go by, and let's see what the next cheer comes up as. 100-bit cheer. I wish it was, Phil. He essentially admits it's not a joke. That's fucking true. And then Phil comes back with, well, we don't need to fucking hear that. Don't share your personal information. Keep it to yourself. I'm sorry, but keep it to yourself. This guy, he's portraying himself as that rich Democrat. Meanwhile, his mom takes his PC rig away because his quote-unquote girlfriend, I'm sure this was a Chris Chan girlfriend, and you know what that means, called her and said that she thought he was cheating on her, and she takes his PC rig away. Then he has to cheer on mobile. Get the fuck out of my face. You're a fucking loser. These are your friends, Phil. These are your fucking friends, man. This is your life. That begathon coming up Saturday. I'm looking forward to it, buddy. I want to see that $10 million goal you put up there. Piece of shit. 50-year... I'm selling 50-year plans all day Saturday during the begathon. But I'm going to camp outside your house and sell 50-year plan t-shirts. Get them while they're hot. Get them while they're hot. They're not going to last. So, anyways, fucking loser. Alright, well, we're going to end this little special present here. I got a nice message I think y'all are going to like. Before I do that, let's do the shout-outs again. And one special shout-out. So, again, BW, thank you for the generous contribution, buddy. Again, I wish you had put your username. I don't know who you are, but thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart. Sir. JG, my homie, thank you again, brother, for the contribution. I appreciate it. Black Ark, thank you very much, brother. Much appreciated. And who am I forgetting? Oh, Platty, thank you very much. I'll see you in the comments. Sasha, thank you again for the thumbnail, brother. It's much appreciated. We talked about it yesterday. Special shout out. Again, this is 10 episodes for me. This is somewhat of a milestone because when I put those first two up, that first one especially, such terrible quality, I thought about taking it down and re-recording, but there's also something special about going back and looking at your first video and then seeing where you are now and where you're going to be in the future. So I don't think I'm going to do that. GTG came to that video and left a comment, and that meant a lot to me. I recently saw he's got some kind of live stream channel coming back, so maybe GTG is going to bless us with his presence again. I hope so. Shouts out to GTG. And Lee left a very detailed critique on that first one, and he gave me some good ideas and good stuff like that. So, and Lee, I'm indebted to you. A special shout out to Sunspot Gallery. He said he's not going to be making bacon sweats anymore. Brother, if there's anything I can do for you, if you're going to stay in the detractor community, you know, don't be afraid. Don't hesitate to reach out. Anything I can do to help you, I will. You were a huge supporter of mine early on. This dude posted in his community posts when I was first just making these videos to come subscribe, come watch. And, you know, I'm indebted to you, man. Sunspot, keep your head up, buddy. Anything I can do to help you, I will, man. Anybody who gives a contribution, whatever, I'll shout you out in the next video. Huge shout out. Thank you. Again, y'all really are paying my gas money. So, you know, it makes it all worth it. But we're going to end this with something I saw in the restream a couple of nights ago. So I was chilling in there, and let's go ahead and get the next picture up here. So I was in the restream chilling with the homies, and Phil was at like $100, and he was trying to get to his 150 goal. He was crying and begging, considering sending out a tweet at $100. OIC, that cuck bitch, was in there, tipping under false names, tipping under fake names. Every 5 minutes, he was, not 5 minutes, I'm sorry, every 2 or 3 minutes, he was sending a $5 tip. So Phil went to 102, 107, 12, 22. It's pathetic for multiple reasons. Number one, this guy can't even tip under his own fucking name. He is a coward. He's a bitch. A punk bitch. Can't tip under his own name. But he was also doing another thing. He was tipping $5 at a time because he wanted somebody else, one of those other organic viewers, to tip the rest or to help. And nobody would do it. And there's OIC tipping under all these random fake names every 2 or 3 minutes. Just names that don't make any sense. Just fake names. And we're in the chat laughing at him. All of us. Max, Sasha, JG, everybody. I can't remember everybody, but M Hell was in there. Ro Jeezy, shout out to you, homie. Low Level, shout out to you, buddy. We're all in there laughing, right? And, you know, we're talking about it. We can all tell it's him. Fucking DSP's chat, as slow as it's moving, they know it's him. Everybody's laughing at you, OIC. So, you can look at this message here. I typed out, guess he's angling for a part 4. And if you look up at the time, it's 9:05 and 55 seconds. Now, in Dark Dave Mirrors, when you post a message, it's not going to stay on the screen for very long. It's going to stay maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds at most to get from bottom to the top. So, if we add 15 seconds to that, we're probably looking at, what, 9:06 and 10 seconds, maybe something like that. Not a long time. So let's go ahead and go to the next message here. At, what do we got? 9:06 and 13 seconds. So it's 18 seconds after I post that message. Again, add 15 seconds for lag or for the message to scroll up. So we're talking 18 and 15, 33 seconds. Part 4 has tipped $5. OIC is so pathetically desperate for attention. He's watching our stream, pretending he's modding in our stream because nobody is in DSP stream. It's so fucking dead. He's living through us, literally. He's wishing he was a mod in our stream. He's looking for attention. So part 4 tips $5. 30 seconds after I post, he's angling for a part 4. You are fucking pathetic, OIC. Pathetic. And again, he's living through us, man. He wishes he was in the restreams. He wishes he could be with us. But Dave's got him on such a fucking leash. And you know what, motherfucker? If you want a part 4, if that's what you're angling for, you ain't gonna fucking get it, bitch. I'm done with your ass. I'm moving on to bigger and better whales. Now I know what it feels like to be Phil, to be DSP. I feel dirty and nasty right now, but now I know what it feels like. To just use you like the $2 hoe that you are and to just move on. Nobody in Phil's chat likes you. Nobody wants you there. His mods don't want you there, and I'm not going to say how I know or who I know, but let's just say I talked to somebody. His mods want nothing to do with this fucking guy. DSP doesn't want anything to do with him. He wants his money. Our chat is fucking laughing at you, buddy. You might as well come to the videos and try to defend yourself. Under your OIC name, with your fucking letters, whatever the fuck they are. At least try and talk. Say something on one of my videos. I'll talk to you, man. I'll have a fucking conversation with you. I won't cuss you out. I won't fucking roast you. None of shit like that. I'll talk to you. But I know you won't. Because Phil's got you on a fucking leash. And at this point, I have you on a fucking leash. And I'm done with you, buddy. Get the fuck out of my face before I take my fucking belt off and teach your ass a little lesson in here. Punk ass bitch. Let's go.